Hello, everyone. Welcome to the definitively final match of the tournament between HOMURA and Domirae. I'm Game Draco, joined by Radiant Variant. We are starting on Zugga Challenge for this finale.
One of our qualifier tracks and one of the best boards overall to kick off a round.
Yeah.
And it looks like Mikey now has audio. All right. I can give you the radio play of this race, Mikey.
So, yeah.
Warm-ups are already in progress. The countdown will begin when they're both ready.
Yeah.
Hey, we got digital here for the finals too. We got a pretty hefty audience. Most of the regulars, Mikey, Adept, Digital, Ram is in, Lilac. Whole gang's here tonight.
And I also know Blue said in chat that even though it will be in the overnight hours for him, he said, screw up my sleep schedule. I'm going to watch this.
Yep, there he is. He did not miss the start. You are good for it. HOMURA pulling a 418.312 in practice on Zugga. Aw, man. Sorry, Ram. Duty calls. Dang. To mute a lot of channels for a while so I don't get their ping notifications.
Just told them we're ready when you are.
Yep. Dom is ready. Both racers are selected. It'll be a bend mirror, as always. We do have plenty of boards where Ben is not permitted, though, so we will be getting some variety tonight. And the countdown is ready. 3, 2, 1. We are ready for the restart.
On the definitive... Yep, on the final match of the tournament. This year, because of single elimination, this means we have a definitive final. There's no potential for a bracket reset like previous years. This is it.
Do or die, all or nothing. All in and all out. Dom has the restart.
Here we go.
Dom is underway right off the rip.
And there we go.
Interesting.
And HOMURA.
12.5 seconds, give or take, on the sync.
About 12.5 seconds, I was about to say. 12.5 seconds.
I got my eye on the ball. It was interesting. Dom hit the brakes on the turn leading toward the dozer fields.
Well, sometimes if you need to boost immediately, sometimes tapping the brake is better and light is quicker than going off the accelerator.
Fair enough. HOMURA looking to be barely ahead as they go into Minor Town. Both taking the left end of the lava tunnels, or the cage. I said I was going to practice this, but I've been working today, so I hadn't had the time. Tricky turn. Now that them hooking the wall, Dom has reclaimed the lead over the lava jump. Run up to first dozer. Easy dozer.
Yeah, this is where the dozer's easiest. It's going to be a lot harder on the upcoming two ups.
Uh-oh.
So Tom crashes!
Oh man, that was the last thing I expected to see. That is going to play merry hell with the subsequent two dozers, I'll tell you what.
Yeah. Yeah, crashing on this track, particularly on the first lap, will throw the dozer out of whack on the next two laps. I did not expect a crash from either one of these.
That early.
Especially this early, yeah. I did not expect that. We have a race here.
It's going to be on Dom to make up at least 4 seconds worth of time. Maybe more because of when they crashed and how you have to make up the speed. Oh boy. HOMURA with a commanding 3 to 4 second lead.
Took a bonk, but Dom aggressively clawing back.
Knock is also in the audience tonight. Sweet. There is no handicap here, Blue. Come on.
Yeah, these are both scratch players with handicaps, meaning they have no handicap. Here we go.
HOMURA navigating cleanly over the dozer in the second lap. Dom following suit. Not to mention Dom has made up a lot of the ground.
Yeah.
Down to just 2 2/3 seconds.
Ooh.
A little bit of a scrape there. I'm not going to say he feels rattled, because I've yet to ever see that, but at the same time, you got to imagine that early crash is going to be playing a little bit with his head.
Especially when you're so in sync to not crash.
You can see by the lines, everything is narrowed by the walls, apex to apex. Might have just been a fluke.
Well, I don't want to call it until the final dozer.
Absolutely not. That is the quintessential decider. One last run through the lava cages. HOMURA advancing to tricky turn, about 3 seconds ahead. Final run. Engines screaming in the final stretch.
Here we go.
HOMURA rides
HOMURA
the wall.
makes it.
Dom takes an interesting outside route, probably compensating for the dozer, but HOMURA
418.
will take it.
Yep. HOMURA wins the first race due to that crash.
Claiming a faster time than even the warm-ups, 418.035 to Dom's 421.109. I don't think anyone expected it to start like that.
No. And we're going on to a track that Domirae has recently practiced and crunched up and bumped and improved his world record time on in HOMURA Gorge.
What a time to tune in indeed, Lightning. Welcome to the party. And you are correct. Dom has been doing a couple of streams in the past few days of just hammering in better times on Howler. It's not a course you want to underestimate, but at the same time, it's one of the more fun courses to run with Ben.
Yeah. Actually held world record on the lap record for several years with this track.
And 64 only, correct?
Yep. No!
Oh!
All-time world record back in the day. 64 and other consoles.
Nice.
I think that was 2012.
Yeah, nobody forget that Draco was one of the old guard that actually had this game down pat. Never forget that. Interesting. We see Homura's game up there. It was. There isn't much very special about Howler. It's kind of... It's got less flavor than Beato's, but for the most part, it's very simple, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I don't find this kind of a boring track because it shares everything with NW Outrun and the final portion with Beato's Wild Ride.
Looks like Dom's got expectations in the chat today. With him practicing, everyone's expecting a world record to be shown at Tourney today.
Don't count on that.
I mean, hasn't he done it once or twice before? I know someone has.
Yes, but the world record standards are so much higher now than they were a few years ago.
You say that as if Dom wouldn't be the person to try at a tournament. Personally, I'm kind of confident they would be. Countdown is up. 3, 2, 1. Board number 2. Howler Gorge full track. No bans. LP. That'd be wild if that was the case. Losing a race just to get a crack at Howler Gorge. That would be some wild stuff. Dom has hit the restart. Oh, those wonderful wonderful low-res graphics on Homura's side. Everything's pixelated. You can count those pixels up close.
This was designed for like maybe a 360 resolution at best back in 1999.
It's got its charm. I'm not knocking it.
Yeah.
We've had the discussion plenty of times. I'm all about the older hardware.
Yeah.
There's the actual restart. Yep, there we go. I also like how you can see the snow on Homura's end. And it looks like it's a 1 second gap.
A 1 second gap.
Homura in the lead. Both of them using the edge of the snowbank for extra time on the boost. Homura taking the right, Dom taking the left. We have an immediate divergence.
Did Dom find out that this older method was actually now faster again?
Nothing like a little bit of time in the lab before he gets started. I distinctly remember the right side being called a Hayudoro route, but that's just memory talk. So no. I was correct.
Yeah, Hayudoro did find that route. He's probably the greatest non-PC player ever of this game.
Pretty much a dead heat out of the trench.
Dom's gonna probably pull a little bit because he's... Nope, this is tight.
Homura with a bump. That bump is gonna hurt Homura in the long run. Or not. It looks like they're pretty much neck and neck.
Oh!
The moment I say it. Homura takes a crash on first entrance. Someday I'll learn to shut my mouth. Jeez. Dom mixing it up and going very high route. Holy smokes. Normally, I'd think you'd be a dead man if you went that high into the ceiling. Holding the boost until hitting the ground again. A little bit of a wall ride to get some angle.
Homura
about 3 seconds behind.
He crashed in a good spot because the ice was speed boosting speed.
Very much so.
Ooh!
Roughing it very close. Dom takes entrance number 2 clean. Same with HOMURA. Get the most out of you can out of that ice terrain. Back on the boost in the exit. Oh, a little bit of a scrape there from Dom. Oof. But still ahead by a commanding 2.5, 3 seconds. Making the jump through the arch on Howler Gorge. We're holding off a little bit longer on the boost compared to Dom as they head into the trench. The top end of the pipeline, as it were. And it will come down to the last set of rock arches on this upper path. 15, 17.
317. Where's the 321? About 3 seconds off.
The only difference is crashes. Past that, they are neck and neck, head to head. But we are back to a tie race, one apiece. I don't know.
Okay, we have something interesting here. We have HOMURA taking Domirae to Grapevine Gateway, but with Bullseye, Mahonic, and Neva Key banned.
Oh boy.
Okay, we see Mars Jinriso from. We have Mars Jinriso.
To the shock of no one. Of course he's going to rep the boy.
Well, I was going to say Mars is probably the best bet in this pick, too.
I don't have any doubts there. I feel like giving Dom a chance to run Jinriso is kind of like a courtesy move, but at the same time, you don't want to extend that courtesy because, well, it's Jin. Although if that's how he's going to start his warm-ups, it might be for naught. Why? Is this the Nacho Gambit?
No! Nacho Gambit was to ban Bullseye and use Neva Key.
Oh, I would have sworn that it was... Uh-oh. HOMURA taking a crash in warm-ups there. I would have sworn it was banning all of the Nimble pods and then having to resort to a drunkard like Mars. Well, relative drunkard.
Nope. But we didn't have pod bans, I think, for the first 3 years.
Yeah, I need a proper history lesson on like the tournament format before I got here, because I've only been here for a couple of years.
I think some of these crashes are coming as a result of Mars being so much wider than Bullseye.
Wide boy Mars, the biggest pod in the game.
I like to call him for fun Martian Juggernaut.
That's actually a pretty hype name, though. I wouldn't say for fun. I'd say that's more imposing than anything else. I mean, they do call his engine. I think he's the
Behemoth.
Behemoth. Yes, I always get the two mixed up. Mars has the Behemoth. Sebulba has the Mammoth.
Yes.
Speaking of Mammoth, it is the task at hand. Board number 3, Grabvine, with all the Nimble pods banned. No Bullseye, no Neva, no Maw. I do think you're right, Adept. I can't remember the specific date, although you can probably keep track of my Botto streak to get an exact date of when I got into the server. That was pretty much the first thing I did was I started just running races. I like to race, what can I say? Compared to the other 3, I think a lot less so, though, Bill Dyer. Not saying you're wrong, but HOMURA will take the lead on the restart this time. Mars is indeed the thickest pod.
About 3.9.
$771 today. And both of them boosting down the rocky outcropping.
Into cheese land, that's the developer's term for it, not ours.
Yeah, the game term for it is, I believe it's called the Hoodoo Geyser Fields.
Yeah.
I like Cheese World better.
Yeah, I like cheese land better.
Cheese
Oh,
Land,
you could...
God. Looks like HOMURA's ahead.
A little bit, but you can't really tell. I can't really call it because this pod, you're dealing with a super wide pod on a very narrow track. And here's the swamp. This is going to really be a test of it because you have to use the brakes here and the margins are very narrow. You have to go through this slalom. It's considered one of the hardest things to do in the game.
And HOMURA is definitively ahead right now. Ooh, pretty close to that left wall there. Yeah, but you'd visit, but it'd be a very cheesy experience. I'm sorry. I should have kept that one in the trunk. Back through the arches, heading toward the rock face on the second lap. HOMURA definitely ahead right now.
Here we go. This is going to be a really interesting thing with Mars, the Quake shortcut. Let's see what happens here.
Looks it round, manages the brakes cleanly, does it. And faster than Dom, too. HOMURA has the edge. You get to watch us on the big screen digital? I'm jealous. I have my computer monitor to work with.
What are you doing, HOMURA? What the hell? Sorry about that.
Oh my god, they paused. Oh no.
Did the game crash?
No, it's still live. The continue is flashing. Oh no.
Did the controller give out or something?
Indicating Discord is lagging behind in the live chat. Oh no. Now they have restarted. I mean, I can kind of relate because I've had these cases where I've just not looked at the Discord. LP, I think you're the judge for this one. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Who do we consult in this case, Draco? Is it Lightning that we have to ask?
Yeah, I do not want to. I kind of want to. I'm not so sure about this because John looks like he did his run while HOMURA just didn't even pay attention, so I'm not so sure. I'm guessing maybe we should just rerun the race?
In the live chat, LP is indicating that Dom gets the say if you can rematch or take the win.
Okay, so...
Ooh. That is a steep call, but it is Dom's call to make. Reset 2 minutes in is kind of steep, but it is fair. Dom has cleared, though, with a time of 4:20.400. And we are deliberating in the live chat now as to what route to take. 4:20, very nice. I'm going to keep my words out of this conversation. I'm just going to let LP roll it. LP is the maestro. He has the creator of the Botto engine we actually run the tournaments and everything on the Discord with. So shout out to him. That was not what I was expecting. Dom indicating he is fine with a restart of the race. Looks like that's going to be the way we go.
Gonna restart, Rabbi Gate this race.
Dom's too chill to be like, nope, you lose. He wants the fair fights.
No, that's excellent sportsmanship on his part.
Absolutely. And Grabvine is practically his second home here in this game, so
Yeah,
I ain't gonna knock it.
Rabbi with Bullseye.
Yeah, Grabvine in general.
Yeah.
If you look at it from the course designer perspective, this is objectively one of the best courses in the game, if not the best in terms of sheer design quality.
I think Fire Mountain Rally has more design variety, but this track is like this track is so different from every other track in the game. What you use for the other 24 tracks does not really apply with Gravine Gateway.
Yeah, I think their Discord really is lagging. Because they still have not run the reset. Do I ping them in chat? What do I do? Yeah, because they haven't called for the restart yet.
Yeah, the restart happened.
At this point, I do not know. Do you? I truly do not.
Well, Homer just said in chat, just now suddenly all your messages appeared.
Oh my god, so it is Discord latency.
On Homura's end, because I'm getting it just fine on I'm getting
it
on my end.
Live and in living color here for me as well. So I think this race has gone off the rails.
Homura not willing to take the loss.
Ooh. That's unexpected. I do believe they are RAM. I'm not sure. But I do believe so. You can't do that, Dom. It's not going to open up yet. Mother Nature hasn't accepted the key. Oh my goodness! You can jump that? I'm more impressed than anything else. I did not know you could actually weasel through that. It's not recommended, but you can actually go through that on the first lap. Well, he certainly discovered a wall, Blue. It's new for me, dang it. I was going to say, it definitely takes too long to set up. Or indicating they are on mobile, so they're seeing the same things we are, just apparently at a much slower rate. Hello. To everyone tuning in, stick with us. We are getting an issue resolved here. Okay.
I think he's good now.
HOMURA indicating that we are good. Now, do we see the restart or not? Or do we see the move on?
Okay.
All right. I guess we are going to restart. HOMURA agreeing to the restart. Three, two, one. Properly now. Board number 3. Grab Vine with, since I can't say the nimblest pods banned, Bullseye, Mahonic, and Neva banned. Thanks, Bill Dyer. I appreciate you clarifying that they're not, that they are just as nimble as Mars is, or whatever.
Yeah.
I defer to your knowledge.
Yeah. I would say, actually, though, that Mars might be one of the top 5 most agile pods in the game, despite being super huge.
I mean, I do get it. Huge doesn't necessarily mean clunky. Unless you're Bulls. In which case, then you are the clunker.
Okay, I think we're seeing... Now.
There is no warm-up this time.
Come on, HOMURA. Here we go.
There we go.
About 15 seconds.
Yep.
Let's see, this is... I'm glad that we had a restart of this, because this is just such a crazy pick.
Yeah, it's definitely turning into a bit of a cluster, but I think we've got it untangled for now.
Let's see what happens here.
Ooh.
Oh! Oh, I thought HOMURA was going to die there.
If they were still on heavy acceleration or heavy speed, I think they would have, but that was very close.
Oh, and it's neck and neck.
Going through the first of the stone arches.
There we go. Going into the jungle. Dead heat into the jungle. There we go. We're going into... There we go. The swamp.
The deadliest swamp. Shrek and the blood swamps from Doom pale in comparison to this beast. with HOMURA ever so slightly ahead heading out of the Blood Swamps. Both of them taking a bounce off that run. Back to start finish.
It's like they're... Oh my
Ooh,
goodness!
that is close. 0.12
Just 12
separating
hundredths of
them.
a second. 12 hundredths of a second difference.
Yay.
Oh, Dom
Oh
crashes
no!
in the clips!
Clipped on the outside rock path. HOMURA takes the lead.
Hold it there. Oh my god, that quick shortcut is so scary with Mars.
Takes it very clean. Dom following suit just as clean. That crash on the outer rock path makes a big difference because it's not the best place you want to crash in.
Yeah.
Heading toward the second stone idol arch into the jungle for the second time.
HOMURA into the swamp. Ooh! Jeez. I've done Mars on Gravine Gateway without upgrades, but it's completely different fully upgrade here.
Dom losing a lot of speed in the swamp section. Moore is still very far ahead.
123.
Compared to...
A 129.
Yikes. Oh, geez. I'm not sure if it's the pressure in this case. A crash on Grabvine is particularly deadly because of how much you lose. And I do believe one of the reasons why the pods seem so brittle is because when you're on the boost, I believe there's a damage multiplier.
I think so too.
At the moment, it's not the most pivotal bit of information if you don't get hit, and HOMURA putting that to the task. Heading into the split before round 3 of the Blood Swamps.
Oh! Domirae crashes again in the jungle!
Oh, man.
I think he got thrown out of whack with being so used to using bullseye here. Oof. Oh man. Oh, I'm amazed he salvaged that. Oh!
Well, you didn't salvage that.
No! But still, 418. Most people can't even get that with bullseye. I know I can't.
And that is a very dodgy race 3. HOMURA takes it with a 418.421 over a 426.891.
Next, we're going to Executioner Full.
Oh, boy. One of my favorites. I will have to leave the headset for just a moment. I shall be back.
Only the best parts you find here in my shop, huh?
I've returned.
You didn't miss anything.
Excellent. I do see in the live chat, one way we can avoid further issues is if we abort every countdown and let HOMURA ready to last. But for the moment, the countdown is in 3, 2, 1. HOMURA calling go. We are ready to begin. Standing by for the restarts on Executioner.
Here we go.
Board 4, Uvo 4, my home away from home.
The prison asteroid.
Only the first time we go there. We go there again in Star Wars Bounty Hunter, but looks like Dom's stream has frozen. The continue isn't even strobing.
Yep. Here we go.
About 28.25 seconds of timeout.
28.25
Yep.
for HOMURA.
At that point.
Whoops!
Oh boy.
We have both restarting again.
I don't know if Dom's restarting again. I can see HOMURA wanting to. So I know what would fix this. We gotta reboot the old multiplayer servers. That'll do it. This has to be HOMURA's run. This has got to be it.
Yeah.
No exceptions.
50-second delay.
Yikes. The seesaw goes back and forth.
We're gonna just have a silent. We're gonna have a silent thing as HOMURA catches up.
I can't do the engine sounds very well, so I can't pretend I know what's going on here. Whoa, good lord, the suicide entrance by HOMURA. Also, that might be interesting. HOMURA's running this in tournament mode, or free play mode with 12 other racers on, because they're in one of 12. Even if they're on fast, I think they might wind up running into them. Yeah, I really don't like how that's going to turn out.
Dead heat. Off by about
1.12 again. The magic number.
yeah.
Silence for Mars, Grabvine Gateway, indeed. Looks like Dom's on slightly less heat going onto the red road, which means I think they will have the advantage coming out of it.
Yep.
See the suicide entrance from HOMURA again. We certainly will. And
Engine
oh my
fire,
goodness,
deliberate, I think.
because you're on faster terrain in the AGTs. Yep, that makes sense. Unfortunately, it also means Dom can take the lead heading out of the axe.
They look really like dead heat into the reactor core.
Yeah, I do call it the suicide entrance, Mikey, because of how crazy risky it is to go in that way. And yes, HOMURA is on free play with 12 racers, or tournament mode, which is absolutely crazy. And they're taking the hold, leaving the AGT. I think that does cost
About
you.
a third of a second. Third of a second difference.
See if HOMURA catches up to the opposition. Catches up again to the opposition. Like
They are
wacky.
really close.
Close, but Dom is ahead. Another deliberate engine fire. I do think that's costing HOMURA a little bit.
Not much, though. They are really close to each other.
It's like about a third of a second ahead for Dom. As they're exiting the power cage for the last time and going into the Exegor tunnel.
Here we go. There's a guy.
It is best of 11 digital.
Dom takes it by a whisker. 3:48. We are off by half a second.
And we are back to the tie. The first race tonight with neither player dying. And oh boy, we've got a treat today. Get your popcorn, folks. We're going to the movie track.
Punta Classic with Ben Quadinaros, Mahonic, and Mars Glow Band.
Wow.
I think we're seeing a different pod from each player at this time. It looks like HOMURA's going with Elon Mack and Domirae going with Bowles.
Cam Nail versus the Crooner Club.
Funny thing is, both of these pods are tied along with Beto and Bumpy for the worst traction in the game.
And nothing like a couple of drunkards on the Bunta Classic. It'll make it entertaining. Fortunately, I have my good old handy-dandy Bunta Classic map. Hellfire, our resident Bowls Roar enthusiast. Bowls Gaming. Indeed he is. They're indicating that apparently the console meta is Elon. I don't think HOMURA would be throwing. I think Elon is a reasonable choice.
Yeah, Bowles is just really hard to use, but he is slower.
Are people constantly going back to a tie called TIE Fighters? No, the third place podium match is called the TIE Fighter, though, Blue. And I do believe we have Draco to thank for that wonderful name.
That was Lightning who came up with the TIE Fighter.
Oh, it was Lightning that did.
Lightning did that. I just came up with the idea of the match, and I was calling it the bronze medal match after the Olympics.
Yes, there are 3 pods banned for this one, Mikey. Ben, Mars, and Mahonic. And the countdown is live. HOMURA making a quick traction or quick part adjustment in the junkyard. We are ready to get underway. Looks like they're starting up. Dom hitting the reset. Oof, almost missing it.
And we have about
4.5 seconds, it looks like?
3.5, it looks like.
Past EB drop going into Beggar's Canyon.
Okay, I'm glad I didn't wait to sink. And now we have 30 seconds. 30.5. Wait a minute. Now about 10 seconds. 10 seconds for HOMURA.
Having a bunch of time jumps in the time chasm with the time quake and the time pods.
Ooh, that's a precarious spot to pause line for HOMURA.
Bowles hops over the EB drop into Beggar's Canyon. Careful of that wall. It's almost impossible not to take a scrape with Bowles.
Yeah, he is supremely difficult to use here. But he has the speed advantage for sure.
Yep, you can see it's about 2/3 of a second ahead of Elon, but in terms of handling, that's where Elon can ever so slightly make it up. Heading into Jagcrag Gorge. The cave coming up quick. Dom making sure to dodge
Into the
wide.
Tuscan Dune turn.
No engine fires today. Everyone's clean of the Tuscans. Ooh, Jawa Bend almost claims Bowles.
Almost claimed HOMURA too.
Not going to steal your line if it happens. I got to make sure I don't.
That line was not me. That was from the Racer Revenge announcer.
Dax Gazaway, Digital Unity's favorite.
Ooh.
Refiring on the line there before the hook, taking the hook the long way. HOMURA able to make up a ton of time on that one. Up on the surface ramp, both firing at the same time over EB drop. Very good racing for the both of them. HOMURA making it clean through those turns without a bump. Unfortunately, this is where Dom gets the surge ahead with Bowles.
And he won't get the chance, and Bowles is going to have a much better advantage come lap 2 Hut Flats because of the rocks he cleared on the first lap.
Who needs Sebulba when you're your own best minesweeper?
Ooh, that was a little scary from HOMURA.
Taking a little hop, and both of them refiring the boost going into the cave. Canyon Dune turn has not claimed an engine yet. It's getting close for Dom, though. Oh boy. Oof.
Both dodged the sand crawler barely.
They had a quick crawler there. HOMURA just barely ahead going into Jet Chute. There's the keyhole.
Here's where Domirae is going to really pull ahead now.
Pure speed. Ludicrous speed.
Not by much, though. Ooh! HOMURA came out faster.
Which means that Dom had a significant edge in the first lap. It wasn't the sink. I trust you with the sink more than I trust my own hand. Both of them on the boost up the service ramp over EV drop one last time. Beggar's Canyon still clean. The Sarlacc pit. You can see the difference in speed. Bowles has an extra 30 in the slow terrain on the boost. Whoa, this is wild. Jagcrag Gorge one last time, going into the Lagula Cave. Firing the boost. Dom looking to be about a second ahead.
Oh my goodness!
Good Lord. Exiting Jet Chute, going for the keyhole.
Oh my goodness!
Taking the far outside, refiring the boost before the start finish.
Come on! It's gonna be close.
Wow.
4/10 of a second in favor of Domirae.
That was an amazing run. Holy Jeebus. That last straight did it. Nate Man calling it. Man, but at that point, jeez. Boost Speed wins again. And Dom takes the 3-2 lead.
Up next, we're going to Vengeance with Ben Band.
Ooh. This is a familiar pick for me. I absolutely lost in this one multiple times. Wonderful memories.
I think we're seeing a Bulls mirror too, which is going to make it a little crazier.
Bruner Club is once again on the jukebox. Your favorite's taking center stage today, Bill Dyer. Enjoy it while it lasts. I didn't see all of the picks. Did they select Gauntlet? Are we going to take the full Uvo tour?
I have no idea.
We are at just under a minute, just under an hour and 10 minutes in.
Cranking Bulls' traction to the max, which is pretty important here.
6,600, I believe.
Yeah. So the craziest feat I ever saw on Vengeance was Hayu Doro on N64 going deathless with no upgrade Bulls on this track.
We've talked about this quite a few times. This board on N64 compared to what it is on console is absolute hell. Like I love Executioner on console at 60 frames per second, but down in N64 land, oh my god, this place is Vengeance. And it ain't mine.
Yeah. On N64 I prefer doing Gravine Gateway over Vengeance.
That says a lot. Holy beans. Both
it's probably my second least favorite track to run in the game after Abyssful.
I figure now that I have a proper CRT and enough practice on Abyss, I could probably do Abyssful with some decent pods. I probably couldn't get to the likes of like Ben, but I could definitely pull off a Neva or a Bullseye. And both racers in warm-ups taking a hell of a beating to Engine 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't know where Bulls was going there, but he was going somewhere.
And now it also looks like we're going to have Fud Sang helping them. Which, honestly, has got to be one of the funniest characters in the... I'm not so sure who's starting.
It certainly ain't Nom. Never forget Fud Sang, Fen Boda's favorite Minesweeper. Oh, no, both restarts. Oh, I think.
There we go.
Nothing wrong with Frog Sang. Okay, Blue.
Frogs.
If you're feeling froggish, go to Uvo 4 and leap.
About 5.5 seconds.
15.5.
15.5. But Fud Sang has got to be one of the funniest characters, I would say, in this game. He has a hilarious motor mouth, and I know it's Digital Unity's icon. He loves that character. He loves Fud Sang so much.
There he is in the chat, my boy.
Yep. And the other funny thing that I always laugh about with Fud Sang is that neither Star Wars canon, neither the Lucas Legends nor the Disney canon has explained why Fud Sang is serving 4 life sentences on Ubu 4 and for what reason.
Tax evasion, man. They got Al Capone with it. They got the Joker with it. They got everyone with tax evasion. They got Fud with it too. I guarantee it.
I can't really say. I just speculate just because it is. Oh my goodness! 1/5 of a second difference.
Heading back toward the exterior before the figure 8, which is more of a very thin needle in this case.
Oh, it is a thin needle.
Imagine seeing it with more full details and full HD. I would love it if this game got an HD remaster. As long as they kept in all the gimmicks and bugs, I would love that.
Into the reactor core beam, past the reactor core beam. That beam is so deadly, it will kill you even with invincibility cheats on.
Which is crazy because even the guidebook lets you know that even that reactor core will zap you.
Ooh. This is going to be close again.
Dom up
This
by
time,
0.13. 0.13.
Thirteenth of a second.
Heading back toward the needle. Fudd believes that stealing from an unjust system is just. He also ripped the tag off a mattress. I think we found our definitive lore master for Fudd.
Yeah.
Knock, how could he? It was there and no one was watching until they were. Last run through the anti-gravity tunnel. Into the pillars.
Ooh, this is close.
I'm ahead about by a third of a second.
This is close. Third of a second. Almost exact. Third of a second in favor of Dom.
307.116 to a 307.479. Dom takes the 4-2 lead. Moving on to board number 7. Oh boy.
Inferno.
The
We're
last
gonna see
track of the game.
And we're probably going to see a Benmir with Inferno.
That's a funny point you bring up, Blue. Fudd Sang performed faster in HOMURA's game than in Dom's game. Give it up for everyone's favorite Minesweeper, Fudd Sang. Again, Inferno, the last course of the game, and definitely one of the most deceptive in terms of kill surfaces. Oh my god. Half of these rocks have a hitbox of Pikachu's tail in Smash Brothers.
As it like the 64 Smash Brothers?
Oh, maliciously so. Absolutely hate the rocks in a lot of portions of this track because they don't look that big, but then you'll clearly go past them, but they'll hit you. But outside of that, it's a very kind of a simple track. It almost makes you feel like it should have been earlier in the circuit, and maybe one of the other Barunda tracks should have been the last one. Although in terms of suspense, it's kind of hard to match racing in an active volcano. This place is not OSHA certified.
Yeah. The whole spot racing sport in the lore is just this underground, dangerous racing through dangerous places.
Then the Empire had to go and ban it. Shoutouts to the Empire for being a bunch of buzzkills.
Here we go. The countdown is
Three.
incoming.
And complete. We are ready for the restarts on board number 7, Inferno. No restrictions. OSHA would have a field day with each circuit. That's bold of you to think they'd ever get there because of the circuit heads, like Death Row Glock, Graf Zuga. They would probably kill the OSHA people before they even got it ready to go. Talk like racing in a prison on an asteroid is totally fine compared to the active volcano.
Kaboom. Okay.
Look, man, somehow the IRS would... I mean, would you like to audit the winnings on a pod race, Lilac? There's a lot of truggets going around.
Not so sure.
Yep, there's HOMURA's restart.
And that's about... ...12 seconds.
Pretty wild. Not even the guidebook has a portion of this map in the full Barunda overview. It just calls it Inferno. The mountain itself is called Inferno. And it lives up to the name. As in the previous lava board, Fire Mountain Rally, if you're driving over any lava terrain, your engine will actively heat up on its own.
Off by about half a second. Now it looks like I synced it so that HOMURA is about half a second ahead with his clock.
Means it is all up to chance now. Very clean racing. If HOMURA is still ahead by that half second from the clock, then they are in the lead. Both holding the boost up toward the lava ridge at the end. Although Dom has the faster time.
Ooh, Tom almost fell into the lava.
Good lord, all of the heat being expended. I don't know why they're using an extra teammate on Inferno. I don't think it gives you any benefit. Dom holding the boost in that section, that is insane.
Here we go. 219 and a 221. That is about just over a second difference. Match point for championship point for Domirae.
It's going to be a hell of a battle back for HOMURA to get to that tie because they're going to have to march through all of Dom's picks. We are ready to verify race number 7.
Last of HOMURA's picks, Abyss for the championship point. Championship point 1. This is a crazy way to end out your picks, and it's a gamble, and it is such a risky pick.
I think Dom has swept anyone in upper bracket yet. Because I know he lost one race to Nate Man, again. He has lost boards to HOMURA this time. And who did he face in between those?
King Bean Dip, who knocked the one, and he also got knocked a point off by Mike in the Swiss final.
Yeah, so Dom has yet to sweep anyone in the upper bracket finals. Dom is not bulletproof.
I think losing 2 races is the most he's lost to since maybe in his grand final against Ace in 2021.
Back in the old days. Homura demonstrating the Abyss save very well. Not the route you want to take, my friend. We're still in warm-up sessions, so... Yeah, the turn on the hairpin, the sweet spot for it is very dicey, but Homura very confident in making the Abyss save as opposed to having to make the hairpin. I'm pretty confident. Round mode after that.
And Domirae is showing how you can skip almost every portion of this track from so many different spots.
3, 2, 1. Potential match point. Board number 8. Abyss. We are ready for the restart.
I'm not so sure if this is... There we go. Pretty sure Homura's starting, but I'm not so sure if it's Domirae.
Looks like it.
It is. Let's take a look.
If it is, then Dama's in trouble for having to take that low route.
25 seconds.
Okay, this can't be Dom's run.
Okay.
Not with him taking the final lap exit on the... This is going to be awkward.
This is going to be really awkward.
Oh, it looks like they're both on the restart.
I think we skipped ahead with Dom.
Which means it's about a 14.5 second with Dom in the lead.
Yeah, about 14.5.
The kill it off of Vader like it. Palpatine loved to torment Anakin by just removing all the things that gave him joy in life, Blue. So he would maliciously kill that off.
14. Let's see, 46 for Domirae. Let's see what comes in lap-wise for Homura. 45.
47.
40. 1 second. Oh!
And that's what's costing Homura, falling off that hairpin.
Such a dite. Oh my god. This track I find so frightening because I still can only do it with Bullseye fully upgraded.
I usually gamble trying to find the sweet spot in the hairpin for this one on my Botto runs, but in a serious environment I'm definitely more privy to with Neva and Bullseye. Second ahead.
45.
To 45 and more change. And there's the...
Ooh,
oh, no!
Red!
I do believe that's going to seal it.
That probably did seal it, but can't be really sure. This track is super volatile.
Going for that hairpin and just opting to take the low route and make a save.
Okay. 216 versus a 219.
Do it.
Domirae is the champion for 2025 and is the first back-to-back champion since Ace.
Closing with a 216.201 to a 219.715. All right. I do think with that in mind, we're going to get them in here for interviews.
Hey, Dom.
Hey, hey.
Just waiting on HOMURA.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Okay, I see Homura in the there we go.
hey, HOMURA.
Hi, hello. GG's.
Hey, GG's. That was a lot of good picks that you had there, Homer. Oh, man.
Yeah, that was
A lot of good picks and very entertaining boards. That Boona Classic is going to be a hell of a watch back, let me tell you.
Yeah, that lap 2 beginning and the lap 3 ending, I was just like, crisis mode. Gotta not throw everything away. It wanted to be thrown away, let me tell you.
yeah, it was pretty crazy to watch because that was the only time that you chose a different pod from each other.
Were you just having better times with Elon in practice, Homura?
Yeah, yeah, 457s, 458s,
Okay.
and I mean, Mahonic is here, so I banned it. And
Yeah.
like all of a sudden, I thought, maybe Domirae wants to could do balls roar. But yeah, it's just I mean, if he wants to do it, then go for it. It's really hard. Like I practice the full track section, and it's very hard.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I want to say like 2 or 3 months ago, I was doing bowls on Boonza Classic because I was like, oh, it'd be fun to kind of like go through the different boards and like see how good I could do with the second best pot on them. And I never finished a run, but bulls can get like a 450, 451 type of time, and it's ridiculous, but it's so hard.
Yeah, I really was. I was really just hoping you to die there and in the full track section, and like that section is very brutal to die. Like you lose about 5 seconds or 6 seconds.
Yeah, it's rough. It's real rough to die there.
But,
The arches section, I'm assuming you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but very good time. Anyways,
Yeah. You had a lot of good stuff today, that's for sure. I was really impressed by the 418, even with the death on Grabvine. That was really nice.
oh yeah, I was aiming for 415, 416 or something like that. But I died
sounds
like
about
in the ending. I died. I don't know. Like that section is really hard.
Yeah, I died twice, but if I hadn't died at all, I probably would have had somewhere in the 416 pace, 415 pace as well. But I obviously the extra death. I mean, I took him in not my favorite spots ever, but you know it is what it is.
Yeah,
But
the
it
track
was
is
yeah,
good.
that was a good pick.
Yeah, the track is really crazy. Like the swamp with Mars is just very insane.
Yeah, I went really timid on lap 3 because I was just sick and tired of dying. I was like, please, man, just finish the run.
Just very exhausting. Like the shortcut, the shortcut is very tricky with Mars.
Yeah, yeah.
But,
My thumb always hurts after Grabvine just because like the muscles over tense in my like the base of my thumb from the joystick. It's like a whole exercise.
I really I really thought we were going to play with Bullseye, but you left it open for Howler Gorge. Mhm.
Yep, I sure did. I was looking at your times. I was like, I think Howler is the one that Homer is the least confident on. And then I proceed to almost throw away my run anyways. So, oh goodness, that was a rough time. That Abyss time, I'm really happy with though. That was nice.
Yeah, very strong.
I always do
Yeah.
45-20 in tournament just because like you can bump the right side wall without dying. So like I can just take a really wide line to do the first hairpin breakless. It's really consistent for some reason.
Oh, so you go without breaking in the first turn.
Correct. Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah, I always drop. And, I was never dying in the climb, so I was very confident with that pick.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a good pick, and I've definitely thrown on that track before. Wouldn't have been very surprising if it just went wrong, you know.
Yeah, it is a crazy track. But I actually I didn't want to do it. But I don't know. I knew I had to go with hard tracks, like very hard stuff to win a point here and there, and that's why I went with crazy GVG Mars Ilan Bunta Classic, and
yeah.
yeah, just
I did have to. I'm sure you kind of. Well, let me rephrase. I feel like you would have anticipated me banning Boonter Training Course, but I had to get that crap out of there. I took one look at your picks. I was like, I'm not playing BTC today. I'm not doing it.
yeah, I understand that. I didn't want to do BTC ban. I just didn't want to do that, so I went with Beto.
Yeah, I did consider banning something else instead of that, but I was just like, I just don't want to play it.
Yeah, I was hoping you to ban GVG. Yeah.
You're like, can you just get rid of that, please?
Yeah. yeah. But yeah, I wanted for so long to GVG Mars, but I never had a reason to do it. But
That's fair.
this was the first time because you are very fast. And then Vengeance with balls. That was very close. I was
That
really hoping
was.
to win that.
I didn't even ever make it to the tube in practice to be able to like practice the boost patterns. So I was just like, all right, we're just gonna do the like the modern boost pattern where you do a small boost so that way you get it to the end of the fast train anyways. I was like, I'm just gonna use that so that way I can space it out and not have to think about it as hard. And it's not like I was gonna get the cave boost told anyway, so I was like, lap 2, we're just gonna boost. It'll be fine.
That was very fun though. The
Yeah,
Vengeance.
that was a good. I mean, there was a lot of, like I said, good races, and I mean that was just a fun match in general. Definitely the most fun match that I had this year, I would say.
Yeah.
Especially getting to go to Grabvine twice.
Grabvine twice? What? It's legal?
What happened on Suga Challenge?
Was there on lap 1?
So, yeah, lap 1, the right turn right before the dozer, like down ramp. I clipped the inside wall while trying to take a really inside line, and so I just clipped the corner, died, and that just is what it is. And then I had to on lap 3, I had to take the really risky line underneath the dozer because it was a bit lower than I wanted it to be still. Like if it had been at the top, I have a really easy way of just going through the tread on the right, but having to try to slide out like that, ugh. Not fun. Would have preferred a deathless run so I could have just gone in, but
Okay.
Yeah, so we have to wrap up in a few minutes anyways, so I'm going to say thank you to since this is the final match, and congrats on silver HOMURA and gold Domirae. You're actually the first back-to-back champions since Ace from 2020 and 2021.
Yep. It's good to do. It's good to do. I look forward to seeing what everybody brings to whatever tournament format we have next year.
Yeah.
Should be interesting.
Yeah. So thank you to Lightning for the graphs, for programming all this efforts. If it weren't for him, we wouldn't have been able to do the format we were doing this year. He had an incredible background. I really love the Darth Maul background for this year. Thank you to SpeedGaming for hosting us for the past 7 years since 2019. Thank you to all the viewers who have tuned in and watched us over years. Thank you to the Star Wars Episode 1 Racer community. And hopefully we'll see you all next year in the summer. And with that, we're going to conclude, and good luck, and may the Force be with you.
Have a good night, everyone.